All right, everyone. Ready to dive into Odoo 18 marketing with us today?
Let's do it.
We've got some fascinating stuff to unpack here. Some serious game changers for marketers.
Definitely. We're talking about the evolution of marketing itself here, not just a few new bells and whistles.
Oh, I like the sound of that. Lay it on me. What's this big shift all about?
Well, it's moving away from old school advertising and going all in on content, engaging content.
Makes sense. I mean, who even looks at banner ads anymore? They're everywhere.
Right. People are bombarded, so they've learned to tune it all out.
So what are they looking for?
Authenticity, real value, feeling like a brand gets them, you know?
Okay, so that's the landscape. Now, where does Odoo 18 come in?
It gives you the tools to actually do all that. Build relationships, not just shout sales messages.
Through content, right?
Exactly. Think personalized emails, targeted social media campaigns, even leveraging brand ambassadors.
Ooh, I'm especially curious about those email enhancements I keep hearing.
Oh yeah, Odoo 18 takes it to another level. Think customizable templates.
Saves so much time.
Right. Consistent branding too, without starting from scratch every time.
Music to my ears. But what about results, though? Can Odoo 18 actually get better open rates and stuff?
Absolutely. They've got this split fields feature for names, so you can personalize right in the subject line.
Oh, like using my actual first name.
Yep. People are way more likely to open an email that feels like it's just for them.
That's so sneaky. I mean, smart. But isn't that hard to set up?
Super easy, actually. And the results speak for themselves. More opens, more clicks, more conversions.
I'm already impressed. But you know it's always a struggle? Social media. Always a million platforms.
This is where it gets good. Ready? You can make one post and deploy it to Facebook. X.
Wait, the new Twitter.
Yep, X. And LinkedIn, too.
No more copying and pasting between them.
Nope. Odoo 18 customizes each post for that platform, so it's always the right style.
Hold on, there's got to be a catch.
No catch. They even have split for media, so the tone is right for each one automatically.
So like, professional on LinkedIn, fun on X.
You got it. Visual on Facebook, all without you doing extra work.
Wow, it's like a built-in social media manager. This is amazing. No more awkward cross-posting that never quite works.
Exactly. You just focus on the content itself. Odoo 18 handles the rest.
Okay, I'm loving this. But how do we know if our content's actually working? Metrics are important.
Don't worry, Odoo's got you covered there, too. They've got real-time KPI tracking built right in.
So I can see how well things are doing without leaving Odoo. Like open rates, clicks, all that.
All of it. You can see what's working, what's not, and adjust your strategy as you go. Data-driven decisions.
That's what I like to hear. Now we're not just hoping for the best, we're actually learning from each campaign.
Exactly. No more throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Love that. Though, keeping track of all those metrics can be overwhelming. Does Odoo help with that?
For sure. They've got these new dashboards so you can visualize everything clearly. All your key performance indicators are right there at your fingertips.
So it's like having a personal marketing analyst telling me what's working and what's not.
Think of it like a snapshot of your campaigns, instantly showing you how they're doing.
This is incredible. It seems like Odoo 18 really isn't just an upgrade. It's a whole new level of marketing.
I agree. It's definitely something special.
This almost feels like a marketing consultant, not just a platform. But wait, you mentioned something about a secret weapon earlier.
Oh, yeah. Expanding your reach even further. The marketing card app.
Ooh, tell me more. Reach is everything.
This is genius for working with influencers. You can design content that your ambassadors can easily share.
So my biggest fans are spreading the word for me with content I approve.
Yep. Super efficient since you already created it. Plus, it's coming from people their audience trusts.
I'm starting to think Odoo 18 isn't an upgrade, it's a total marketing revolution. But before we go too far, we need to talk about automation.
Right. Automation's a marketer's best friend, and Odoo 18's got it in spades. Imagine that someone signs up for your email list on your website.
Okay, I'm following.
Boom! Odoo 18 automatically sends a welcome email, then more targeted messages, nurturing them, turning them into a paying customer, all on autopilot.
Wait, so my marketing runs itself while I sleep. Tell me more.
It frees you up to focus on the big picture, the strategy, the creative stuff.
So no more late night sending emails or updating socials.
You got it. And you can customize those workflows too, tailor them to your goals.
So it's not just like a one-size-fits-all thing.
Not at all. Trigger emails based on website visits, purchases, you name it. The possibilities are endless.
Okay, my head's spinning a little bit, but in a good way. It all sounds so powerful, but also maybe a bit intimidating.
I get it. It's a lot to take in. But Odoo's actually made it surprisingly user-friendly.
Oh, good. I was worried I'd need a computer science degree to make it work.
Nope. They've got pre-built templates and drag-and-drop tools, so even someone with basic tech skills can create pretty sophisticated automations.
That's a relief.
Yeah.
So with all this automation magic, where do we fit in as marketers? Are we going to be replaced by robots?
Maybe not robots, but I do think the role of marketing is changing. It's becoming less about interrupting people and more about providing value at every stage.
Value through content, right, like we were talking about earlier.
Yep. Personalized experiences that feel seamless and intuitive. And automation is a huge part of making that happen.
It's like Odoo 18 is showing us what the future of marketing looks like. But let's bring it back down to earth for a minute. Can you give me a real-world example of how this all works?
Sure. Let's say you're an online clothing store. You could use Odoo 18 to segment your email list by what people have bought before.
Okay, makes sense. So someone who bought a dress,
Gets emails about new dresses, in their size, matching their style.
while someone who got sneakers sees more athletic wear.
Exactly. The right message to the right person at the right time. No more spammy blasts that just annoy people.
Smart. So it's not just email either,
Right.
right? We could use this for other stuff too.
You got it. Target Facebook ads based on people's interests. Send automatic thank you notes after a purchase. Even recommend items that go with what they just bought.
Wow, it's like Odoo 18 is orchestrating this whole personalized experience
Yeah.
without me having to lift a finger.
Exactly. Effortless for the customer and for you.
It's mind-blowing. Odoo 18 is making this level of marketing accessible to everyone. But hold on, we've been gushing about features. What about challenges? Surely there are some bumps in the road with a platform this big, right?
Of course. No system is perfect. The biggest hurdle for some businesses might be the learning curve. It's a powerful platform, so it takes time to master.
Yeah, like getting a fancy used sports car. You need to learn how to drive it before you can really put the pedal to the metal.
Perfect analogy. Luckily, Odoo has tons of resources to help. Docs, tutorials, even a support team.
So we're not just thrown to the wolves.
Not at all. They want you to succeed. Another thing to think about is data migration. If you're switching from another platform, getting that all into Odoo can be a process.
Ugh, data migration. Every marketer's least favorite phrase.
I know, right? But Odoo has tools to make it smoother. And once it's done, you have this amazing centralized system. Worth it in the long run.
So short-term pain for long-term gain.
Exactly. And anytime you implement something new, there will be bumps. But with planning and support, you can totally handle it.
Okay, that's reassuring. But before we move on, one more thing's bugging me. We keep talking about how Odoo 18 changes things for businesses, but what about for the customers themselves? How do they benefit from all this?
Great question. I think the biggest benefit is a more personalized and relevant experience. Nobody likes being bombarded with generic messages, right?
It's like junk mail, but online. Even more annoying.
Right. But with Odoo 18, businesses can target their messages so they're actually useful. It feels less like spam, more like they get you.
Like they're reading your mind, but in a good way.
Exactly. And that builds loyalty. When a brand seems to understand you and caters to what you like, you're more likely to stick with them.
So it's a win-win. The business gets better relationships, the customer feels happy.
Exactly. That's the real power of Odoo 18. It's not just automation, it's about making marketing more human, more meaningful for everyone.
I love that. You know, we should almost call this episode Ode to Odoo 18 at this point.
Huh, I like it. But let's bring it back to our listeners for a second. How does all of this impact them?
Good point. Let's connect the dots. What's the takeaway here for people who are ready to put all this knowledge into action? Okay, listeners, we've covered a ton of ground here about Odoo 18's marketing tools, but now it's time to bring it all together. What does this mean for you?
Think bigger picture here. It's not just marketing, it's how businesses connect with customers.
Right, because marketing is just one part of that whole experience.
Exactly. Odoo 18 is about breaking down those walls between departments so everything's working together smoothly.
Like those separate puzzle pieces, all fitting together to make a happy customer. Sales, marketing, support, it's all connected.
Exactly. Odoo 18 is the platform that makes that happen. Your teams are all using the same customer data, so you can do some really cool stuff.
Give me an example.
Well, imagine you can create super targeted campaigns because you know exactly what your customers bought before or what they've looked at on your website.
Oh, that's smart. So you can offer personalized support too, because you have all that history right there.
Yep. And it's consistent, so no matter how the customer interacts with your business, they're getting the same great experience.
It's like walking into your favorite coffee shop. The barista knows your name, your order, even remembers that book you talked about last time. Makes you feel valued.
That's exactly it. It's about creating those little moments that make a customer feel special. And in today's world, that's huge. It builds loyalty like nothing else.
So Odoo 18 is like the secret ingredient to making those unbreakable customer relationships. But let's be real. No system is perfect.
Right.
Are there things we should watch out for?
Of course. One thing is, it's a powerful platform, so there's a learning curve. It can be a little overwhelming at first, especially for smaller businesses.
I can see that. It's like getting a fancy new phone. All those features are amazing. But it takes a while to figure them all out.
That's a great way to put it. But the good news is Odoo has a ton of resources to help. You're not alone.
That's good to know. So what, they have like tutorials and stuff?
Yep. A really active community forum, too, so you can get help from other users. And they have certified partners who can do training if you need it.
Okay, so you're not just thrown in the deep end with no life jacket.
Definitely not. Odoo really wants you to succeed. Another thing to consider is that Odoo is always evolving. They're constantly adding new features, which is exciting, but it also means you need to be ready to adapt.
Stay on your toes. So it's not a set it and forget it kind of platform.
You got it. But that's part of what keeps it fresh, right? It's a platform that's always pushing the boundaries.
Okay, so we've talked about the good stuff, the potential challenges, but ultimately, what's the message for our listeners today?
I think the key takeaway is this. Are your current marketing efforts really working for you? Are you connecting with your audience on that deeper level?
Right, because if not, maybe it's time to try something new.
Exactly. Odoo 18 gives you a glimpse into the future of marketing, a future where it's all about personalization, automation, and creating a fantastic customer experience.
Ditch those generic sales pitches. Build real relationships. Let Odoo take care of the busy work so you can focus on the creative stuff.
Are you ready to join the future of marketing? Odoo 18 is waiting.
Well said. That wraps up our deep dive into the exciting world of Odoo 18. We hope you feel inspired to level up your own marketing game. Until next time, happy marketing, everyone.